Hey everyone, welcome back. It's Stock Pet here. We're going to be going over my favorite stock, Aqua Bounty, also known as AQB, ticker symbol AQB. So if you stick around till the end, I'm going to be covering off a few topics, four main topics: company background, the company's current position, what challenges are in their way, as in what could possibly go wrong type of scenarios, as well as future potential. So what kind of outlook are we expecting for this company in the near future? So stick around and hit the subscribe button. It would mean a lot to me, and that way you don't miss anything new. So let's start on company background. First of all, if you don't know who AquaBounty is, as per their own description, if you read up on AquaBounty, it says that AquaBounty Inc. Develops and markets products to enhance productivity in land-based aquaculture. So what does this actually mean? Well, it means that they build land-based farms, essentially where they grow salmon in a controlled environment on land, not so much out in the ocean. So what do they get from this? AquAdvantage Salmon is what they offer. That's the product. It's a bioengineered Atlantic salmon for human consumption, essentially. Basically, it's what it says on the tin. It's never actually been approved by the FDA until recently, a couple of months ago, which is also, funny enough, when ARK Invest, Kathy Wood, invested into AquaBounty. So they offer the AquAdvantage Salmon, which is basically a bioengineered, genetically modified, you could call it, but we'll call it bioengineered, which sounds nicer. And it's made for human consumption, so it's perfectly safe to eat. You're not going to grow extra fingers and extra arms. So what is their current position? We'll discuss next. So current position, they're in the process currently of building a new site, which I believe commence construction around early next year. They already have a site location confirmed, to my understanding, but the shovel hasn't actually gone into the dirt yet, so to speak. They haven't actually started the construction, from what I understand, but that should start off next year, early next year. So we should see some more developments coming out early next year in terms of how they're progressing with the construction of the new plant, which will obviously increase their production rates. What else have they done? Well, they've also done a recent offering, public offering of shares, as you probably know, not long ago, which I assume, we could only assume, is being used to cover off a lot of the expenses to expand their production and create these new facilities that they're expanding to I guess increase their production rates. R&D, I believe the R&D's pretty much been done. They have the product, it's been tested, it's been FDA approved. I don't think that they're going to be spending any more money on R&D, not at any stage soon. We could assume that most of that money that they're raising at the moment is going to be used to build these new plants that they're building around the US. I believe that's the current position at the moment. It looks like they're trying to expand, and that's well underway. Financially, as a current position, they appear to be stable. Their numbers are really good. They have very low amounts of debt. I don't see the debt levels rising realistically. The real ongoing operational cost that they have, according to the CEO, is the feed for the fish. It does cost money to feed the salmon. They've got large, like 12 tons worth of salmon that they harvest. That takes a lot of food, obviously, to grow. So that's, I think, their main overhead, apart from labor. They recycle most of their water, so I don't think that's a huge cost for them. I think the main cost, from what I understand, is the feed for the fish. So in terms of current position, they've got loads of money saved up at the moment from the previous offering, and they've got low amounts of debt, which is a good thing for us investors. They're only going to get more efficient. So this is the next thing, is they're only going to get more efficient at what they do from now on. They've turned over a profit for the first time, I think, in the last quarter. This is only going to get more efficient as they learn how to farm the fish more efficiently. They learn how to improve the process that they've got in place, and also the logistical costs, where they learn how to move the fish once it's been harvested. They learn how to move it from A to B. The operational costs and the logistical costs are also always going to be a thing that they're going to try to reduce over time, and that's going to come down. Next quarter, hopefully, we'll see a bigger profit because their operational expenses will come down. Okay, let's move on to challenges. The main challenge I can see here is really how are the consumers going to, as in us, how we or people who buy the fish, and that's not just the retailers purchasing the fish from them, but also the people buying the fish from the retailers. How is that going to come across? Are people going to accept that the fish is safe to eat? And I see that as a challenge is to break that into the market. How are people going to react to a bioengineered fish? Are they willing to try it out? I guess when someone tries it out and they think, well, I haven't died from it, I haven't grown an extra thumb, then they're going to want to go back and get some more, and then word of mouth, this salmon's really good, it's nice and fresh, etc. That will be one of the challenges, I think. I think that's going to be the main challenge, is breaking the market, is consumer confidence that it is safe to eat. With the FDA approval, obviously that certifies things, makes it a bit more solid for people, but I think that's going to be one of their main challenges that they need to overcome on that point. I know AquaBounty have done a lot of studies around this. They've done some research, and I think that the feedback they got was about 80% of consumers said that they would be willing to try the bioengineered version of the salmon. So that's a good thing. So out of every 100 people, 80 of those are going to want to try it. The other 20% are going to take a little bit more convincing, but I think they'll come around eventually, which is a good thing. So really, at the moment, they're at the mercy of the market, whether they fail or succeed, because if people don't want to buy the AquaAdvantage fish, well, they're in trouble. But I don't think that's going to be a problem. Sorry, the AquaAdvantage, I was going to say. I don't think that's going to be a problem. I don't see that as being something that's going to really catch them out. I think it's just a temporary thing for them. What does the future hold for these guys? Well, I see big things for AquaBounties. I see these guys growing quite big. They've got loads of potential. I think once they break into that market and they can convince people that the fish is safe to eat, they're going to expand. They're going to expand worldwide, because it's not only the US market at the moment which is the only market I believe they've got now, but I mean, a lot of the salmon that comes out around the world is from, like, Scotland, for example, produces a lot of salmon. These guys will set up base, or have set up base in the US, but they will and have plans to expand worldwide. So the future holds some good potential for them, especially when they get their grounding in places like Europe. But that will really depend on getting approvals, from food regulators around the world that their products are safe to eat, which I don't think will be a problem considering it's already done in the US. So I think that should be fine. Now, having said that, there is actually currently a shortage of salmon worldwide, and these guys have a solution to that problem, which is a good thing. One of them being that they can produce salmon at a cheaper cost and supply it to the market with a bigger profit, obviously. It doesn't cost them loads to produce the salmon, apart from the feed, and I believe they eat less, grow quicker, and faster. So it's a win-win for them, really. They want to expand in the US, open new sites up. So they're part of their future plan is to expand in the US, which is what they're doing now. They're building a new facility somewhere in the US at the moment, and the purpose behind that is so they can have these sites closer to the markets, as in not markets like fish markets, but actual markets. So retailers don't have to buy fish from the markets in Scotland, for example, or wherever else they buy the fish for. They're buying it locally, produced locally, and they get it quicker and fresher. So that's a future thing for them, is that is definitely in their favour. So I see a huge amount of growth potential for these guys. I wouldn't be surprised, however, if they do another public offering in the next couple of months. Because I'm only saying that because they're in that expansion phase, and I don't know, I'm not saying they're going to, but wouldn't be surprised if I see an offering in the near future, especially that the prices of the shares are currently, at the time of this recording, they're at one of their highest. So don't be surprised if you see that. I'm not entirely sure what you guys think of that. If you agree or disagree, let me know in the comments below. I'd be interested to hear what your thoughts are on that, whether you think that they may do another public offering or not. You may have a better idea than me and something I've maybe missed, but let me know in the comments below if you think that is something that they're going to do, or if I've missed something. I'm always learning myself as well, so keep me up to date and I can share it with the rest of the community, and really appreciate that. At the moment, my personal plan is to just keep loading up on these guys, on these shares. Once a month, I usually do a couple of investments, and this company is always on my list. I'm just going to keep building up my position. They're still cheap. They've got loads of potential, and I don't see this sitting below $10 for much longer. Once that new facility is open next year, early next year, we could probably expect that news is going to raise the prices slightly. Plus, obviously, their next couple of quarters after that, we would probably see an increase in revenue being generated from the additional volume of fish that they produce. So naturally, their value is going to go up. So yeah, let me know what you think on that topic. I'd be really keen to kind of understand what you guys think and how you guys see that. Are we seeing things the same way or not? And yeah, it'd be super cool if you can share that with me. That's pretty much it for today, guys. I hope I've shared something of value to you. Please smash that like button down below and subscribe. Like I said at the beginning, I am going to put some more stuff in here, and potentially do some videos on other shares that I also invest in, like Neo and Tesla and Virgin Galactic. I'm very bullish on Virgin Galactic, so I might cover that off if you guys want. Really appreciate your time. Thanks for watching, and yeah, have a good day.